straight best of threes and 2 more champions to crown. And this first one, Hot Sauce, we talked about the 1 seeds losing a little bit earlier today. Well, we're continuing with that trend. It's CB South, number 2 seed on an upset route against the Lower Moreland. Lower Moreland's second team.
Yeah, and they've only dropped 1 game. That game came towards CB South late in that one, or the postseason rather, but so they get a clash one more time here. Obviously, that best of 3 always makes it a little bit more interesting when you add those map bans and picks here on Valorant. Starting out on Lotus, one of these 3-site maps that can often favor that attacking side, as we take a quick look at some of the compositions here.
Love the Astra selection. You can do a lot of funky things with the stars, and the ultimate can be placed nicely across any one of those sites together. A lot of visual control. On the other side, it's going to be the Tejo. We've seen glimpses of him all throughout the season, and it feels like whenever a team chooses to run him, they just win. A lot of pieces of utility, a lot of damage in the overall kit to deal with things. And Lotus, again, is one of those 3-site maps where on offense, on defense, Tejo just gets a lot of value.
Yeah, a lot of times we see, teams running that double sentinel to kind of deal with Tejo at times, but Cypher is really great on Lotus. A lot of times we see him locking down that C site. It is good to mix it up occasionally, but that double duelist composition, something a lot of teams have gotten away from. Not the case here for Lower Moreland, and honestly, I'm excited to see both Arrays and ISO working together.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really powerful combo that they've been using all season long. That double tap shield is so huge. Blocks any source of damage and can even block an op shot if you choose to be it. But the Raze is specifically really good into the Cypher. All those tripwires, there could be an hour-long advertisement on TV about how good those paint gels are about taking down those tripwires. Either way, it is time to get into our first Valorant series of the day here. Central Buck South, the number 2 seed, taking on Lower Moreland.
I apologize for those team names at the top of your screen there. We'll get those adjusted for you here in just a moment. I can assure you it's not Bayard, Ruston, and Methacton, although those are also 2 equally talented schools out there. But we got Central Buck South taking on Lower Moreland. Just 1 loss and 1 win separating these 2 teams as far as the records go here. But on Lotus, we can see everybody kind of getting posted up. It looks like a potential 3-2 split on the pressure here.
Kind of using the rotation position of B to possibly help them out in some C. For Megusta, 2 will be holding down the waterfall area as the first blood of First Bloods come through. Drago, the first one to get involved. Megusta 2 going to be watching from this side angle, cut off from an Omen smoke. A second one going to be dropped in the spawn side entry, and it's a plant coming down.
Spike planted.
And we'll go down with these. 1 member has fallen here. Megustos 2. We'll patiently wait for that smoke to begin to dissipate and look to work back. Has a little utility to work with here as well. We can see ISO and them lurking on the other side, and Megustos 2. I think they kind of disorient the other team with a bit of that utility. Stepping on, finds one on the Protein as Tejo tries to flush him out of it. They continue to duke it out, and it's Breachwood 2, Bion, Lana, both finding a pick apiece.
2v2 here, though, on the post-plant side. Kaya Scotty is going to be waiting for the teammate. It comes into a 2-on-1, and unfortunately for them, they've got a defense they need to hold, and the double-team swing is going to be good. So a great start here and a good old pissed around win there.
Yeah, Central Buck starting out on attack here, so good start for them to be able to grab that first one, or at least so I was told, but I think those names might eventually be swapped once they get them typed in up there as well. But nonetheless, we're pretty good at ironing out those technical difficulties. So if you just bear with us a moment, we'll get it all sorted out here for you. But excuse me.
Yeah, CB South on that attacking side. That 3 seed really bringing it to Lower Moreland. Lower Moreland's actually going to be playing in back-to-back games here. They've got 2 teams in Division 1, and both of them seem to be close to flawless. This push might get flawless with this Omen smoke. The Link is going to be held shut for now, and the opener of the Dizzy won't connect on anybody, but it's recoverable. That's all 5 players surviving on the entry, and the walk-through Link is just really hard to get through. Simples is just going to do it with the Sheriff, a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, that Guardian can be very devastating. You see it find a second one there as well. Lena Del Slay finding one. Sky, though, quick trade back here at 2v3, excuse me. Not a lot of health left for Astra. We will see him pick up that Spectre here in the hands of Sky, looking to upgrade the weaponry here just a bit. They still have to work onto the site here, trying to use those Astra smokes to do so, but again, not a ton of health and time slowly ticking away.
They get a lot of really good entry there. Paranoia is even better. Through the box! Are you kidding me? The clutch up from Artie. And CV South survive an eco second round from Lower Moreland and really tack up the rounds.
Here comes that important round here for Lower Moreland, though, as they find themselves into a full buy, and it's going to be an important one for them. They need to start putting rounds on the board. They don't want to allow CB South to run away with it here.
CB South, of course, got here as the number 2 seed with that upset over Lower Moreland. Now they've got the chance to really bring 3 rounds in a row. Want to see what they do with their economy that they built up, and it's a quick entry in. They dodge away the tripwires. Protein dies, but a clinical start in towards the round. Wait just a second there. Artie sending the blind on in. The recovery, it's Control Phil and the teammates that are getting the job done.
Now we see Sky finding that one there. Migustas up top here as Lena Del Slay finds one. Simple is quick to return back with the Guardian shot of their own. Draco backing off toward the sand mounds. But it's Kaya Scotty finding that pick there, and almost a flawless round as Lower Moreland looks to bring it back.
Nice little opportunity, though, for Lower Moreland to showcase their setups on the seaside. We talked about how interesting this Cypher is going to be, and although I'll give Protein some credit, bobbed and weaved all the way through those tripwires, it can be really tough to attack a Cypher sitting alone when they know they have all of those defensive tools.
Ton of defensive tools to work with. We can see that Cypher getting set up once more on the C site. We talked about how this is pretty standard setup as far as Cyphers go on Lotus here, and a little bit of a split default push at the moment. CB South maybe seeing if anybody's going to get a bit overzealous or look for that flanking play, but Lower Moreland's pretty spread out. Already going to find this first pick, and that could bite an early rotation here as well.
He's walking in here. A headshot. The firepower going to move their way in, and for Protein, I mean, just clears out the waterfall area. This is a 5v3, and the possibility to get a bounce back round for High. Just hold their way through the waterfall as those smokes start to dissipate.
Light goes down once more. Central Buck South has done a great job at exploding onto these sites and finding these early plants. Migustas now looking to pressure forward. Nice shot here as he hits the head of Protein. Sky will find Drago as well. Sky's gonna tear. Already answers back, but Migustas spawned that flanking play. Does get another pick, and it all comes down to Omen here tucked toward Waterfall.
The Seekers know the position. The defuse has already started. The Hawk is gonna get ya. The blind is gonna get ya. Already gets one back. 3K was there, but the defuse already came through. Even with the 4K, Lower Moreland finds back-to-back rounds.
Back-to-back rounds they go to tie things up here once more. We knew it was going to be a very close series here as well. We take a quick look at the economy and things in a little bit of shambles on the side of Central Buck South. They'll be playing around that hero rifle. Already maybe buying one for a teammate here as well. There was a sheriff or two in hand, so maybe a little bit of a thrifty hero rifle round here for Central Buck.
Trying to use what economy they have, and honestly, they've got actually 2 ultimates up and available.
It's you and me.
ISO kill contract is already ready to go. Nom nom, coming to the contract with me as the rest of the team is going to go forward. Lana Del Slay wins their 1v1 duel and now will push their way forward. From the Rebel side, they enter through the tree, and Simples has a chance to really take a lot of bodies here with the Odin, but the spray is not enough. It's a 2-for-0, and CB South has got the site.
To take the site by with a plant, but it's Lena Del Slay to pop ahead here as Kaya Scotty finds a beautiful 2K to reel things back in their favor, and All of a sudden pressing forward. We can hear that spike
there.
slowly ticking away. Phil was able to find a pick on the Protein here as well.
One
Astra
enemy
looking to
remaining.
drop that wall and stand
Last
tall
player
here on site.
standing.
Shots ringing out, and it's Drago putting in work with the Odin.
The advantage, but the swing around, we'll see it. Scotty needs to clear them out, and it's going to be the guided salvos pushing them away, keeping them even further. The smoke and denial. Drago's double is enough for a clutch, and CB South holds the line.
CB South back up on top. It's been back and forth here. All ready to start things off on Lotus. It'll be up to Lower Moreland to find a response. It was CB South who did it off that hero rifle round, and now it's Lower Moreland who finds themselves in a little bit of economic trouble here to start off in round number 6.
This is going to be an interesting round, too, because Lower Moreland does have 2 ultimates to work with, but like you said, with those problems, do they want to invest them? Drago, you saw hovering on the Armageddon for just a second. Decides against it here. Lower Moreland is going to work their way up through Mound and get a lot of space here. From Augustus 2, decide to hold their way as well. CB South kind of thinking that they were going to go this way, avoiding that one-way smoke to start. The dog, we'll see if it can get the vision. The jump is just too short as Protein avoids it and really reaching for that A site again.
Gonna rotate that direction. I mean, as you can see on that mini-map, Breach is all alone over here and might be dealing with some trouble. Tejo, Peekaboo finds the headshot on the Migusto too, and with that buy-in, we'll find the plant once more onto the A site.
Spike planted.
Re-engage from Cascadi here. Around the stairs, the jump shot is enough to get the damage, and Simples finishes off that body from behind. Up over top here. Nice shot from Protein. Here's another Armageddon. Everybody falls to the bullets, to the bathing, and it's relinquished to that high ground. Rasher goes wide. High gets 1, but Protein gets 4, and so does CB South.
Yeah, they're able to double that lead a bit here. Starting to put some rounds in bunches. We talk about how it does favor that attacking side a bit, and so right now doing a great job of working with that action, but a couple ults here for both squads, really. So something that could potentially turn the tide. It looks like Simple's not going to buy into this round, but going to opt to use the blades here.
Possibly trying to save some of that economy. Interesting to see how the handle will go through from this C side. If CB South want to go quick, and unfortunately, the daggers are going to have to wait their time. It's the extra star on top of the smoke here. And they're just gonna go. CB South, the Bucks are ready to fire long range. Phil takes the brunt of this early damage down to 1/3 of the HP bar, but it's gonna be a relatively free sight for CB South.
Yeah, I mean, they've just been exploding onto these sites here. They've been able to find these plants relatively easily. And once more, it's Simples, though, and the all finding one. Lena and Kaya both finding picks here as Kaya finds the 2K
One
from
enemy
Mounds.
remaining.
Lena finding another back and forth in that kill feed. We see those plaid stripes, but it's Sky with another 2-piece, and now Lower Moreland able to close that gap just a bit.
Don't even stop.
They'll get 1 round back for themselves. And honestly, I love the retake mentality. They're not super rushed on overall getting back to the site. You see them utilize just the presence of the Cypher there. CB South have to go predominantly destroying all that utility first, and then the second step is, okay, let's get the plant, let's get set up. Those daggers did a lot of damage and really brought their attention towards the mountain side. And once they were looking there, everybody was just trapped in that front side of sight. Lower Moreland, a good retake. We'll see if they can use this economy again to their advantage with 2 ultimates in the back pocket.
2 ults to work with here. Scott looking for a bit of early intel toward this A side. His shots will ring out through the smoke, and it's just Omen kind of baiting that out a bit as we see all that pressure heading toward the C side. Going to lock down here with that Cypher in a 1v1, but it's Phil who comes out on top.
1-1 now on those ultimates. Unfortunately, woke out of the ultimate to get a shotgun right to the dome. And Protein overextension here into the spawn side. We'll get a 2-on-1 here. I don't know that they actually know that the raise is really, really close. Flash comes through, but they don't take the corner! Finally, they get it done. CB South is down 2 players, and Artie is on a really different angle here too. So for Bayern, you are just trapped here. Scotty gets the finish. The defuse is already done before Artie can get there.
Yeah, once again, we'll be looking at another tied game. Lower Moreland, they had a 2-point deficit to come back from. It was the largest lead we've seen yet here tonight, but able to reel it back, tied in once more. It's been 2 apiece consistently for both of these squads as we take a little gander at the economy once more, and it's certainly favoring Lower Moreland at the moment, as well as the alt economy.
Absolutely is. And it's something that on the defensive side of a 3-site map, this is Lower Moreland's map pick. You definitely want to start off the series with a bang. Have to see where things go. Excuse me, CB South's pick. That higher seed coming in from that upset over Lower Moreland. Simples, though, on this kind of duo push with High. They get pushed off from the early salvo headed to their face. Simples takes a face off the body. Already into the dirt here, and Lower Moreland really playing a good defensive setup, ready to retake this B hole.
Bring out a couple kills for either team here as the spike carrier does go down. No pressure for this B side. Kaya Scotty, the spray transfer, finding the second one as well, and has an idea. You talk about the situational awareness. Protein up into the corner with the judge. The blind is good, and that gives Sky all the time in the world to lock it in. Sometimes if you can, you want to try to 180, look away. It's going to cut that blind time in half for you, make things a little bit easier, but not the case here in that round.
And we always say, if we had the vision we had as observers, would have just fired, and maybe even picked up a kill on that shotty. Lower Moreland 3 rounds in a row, though, and they've got the op back in the hands of Simples here. For CB South, it's a broken buy. I mean, it's only 3 light shields in total. They'll at least have some bulldogs to work with, but this is a dangerous round.
Dangerous round for either team. That blind makes it pretty tough to snipe there as well, and with that, we'll have to slow down just a bit. Simples on the shot, dashes back to safety, and a good early pick, and Simples will find a second one here, and that off so tough to deal with.
At this point, what do you do for CB South? Do you try to continue to play into it? Do you pause? Do you wait too long and let those rotations come through Link? It just feels like any choice is the wrong one at the moment. The travel towards the back of the spawn side here. Artie has to do a lot of damage. Now, Op is still watching, but Artie's just better. Bye-bye, Op. Give me a rifle instead. Artie's second duel here will win it. That's 2 straight kills for the Omen. A chance to make it 3. The spray's good, but running out of bullets overall. Paranoia goes wide left. He's going to hit another teleport back to safety. This is giving the team some space towards the C site, and Artie was not quite found.
I must wait a moment.
Not found just yet. Phil had great positioning, but it's the flick of the wrist from Lane Del Slay to find it. Already eventually being chopped down after his 3K, and now it's all down to Migustas too, lurking through this spawn side, trying to pressure on towards site. That drone is going to spot him though. The suppression comes in, and now CB South has all the intel they need.
Hit him with the wall, why not? Del Slay is able to get it done. Puts the swish in the hoop, and so often we talk about how big ultimates are in the overall game, but we usually don't talk about an Omen on changing the course of a round, and that's just the difference that Artie has been able to make over the course of the season. Teleports to the backline, takes down the op holder nonetheless with a single bullet, and is already up to 14 kills here in map number 1.
Lena Del Slay and High How also in the double-digit kill mark as we see Phil looking to get set up on the C site here once more.
This goes here.
This has kind of been a popular site for Central Buck South, and Lower Moreland still trying to crack that code just a bit, but we knew it was going to be a close one. I wasn't quite expecting so close. The back and forth still tied up 5-5 here.
It's you and me.
Again, for Lower Moreland, you feel like they're doing maybe a slightly better job just because it is a little bit more of an attacking sounding map, but still a few rounds to work with. The blast pack's in over the top, and Protein's gonna shred Phil.
That's a 1-for-1. It is site control with the old wingy man. Gonna get the plant on down. Trago is just clearing B-side and taking a kill down with him. For Lower Moreland, the nice thing is they have the Cosmic Divide. If necessary, they can chop this site in half. Unfortunately, Simple gonna be suppressed. Don't know if Astra did as well. that re-entry is going to be ever important. Working as three, you need to time it well, and working through these smokes just feels impossible. The run of the spray, Drago takes him down, and it's all said and done in a blink. CB South guarantees 6.
Guarantee that tie half. Lower Moreland will look to guarantee their tied half as well here in the final round of the first half. Everybody should be able to squeeze in with a bye, but things may be a little bit lackluster there down for Phil. He's been having a little bit of trouble on that C site, but again, on the as far as alts go, Lower Moreland has 3, and Simple's just 2 orbs or an orb and a kill away from as well. So still an opportunity here for them to take that final round in the first half.
And 6 on the defensive side isn't too bad, especially on your opponent's map pick here. Of course, Lower Moreland actually picking the defensive side after CB South got their selection of overall map here. Just the first of our 3-site maps on the day. And of course, another Valorant series after this one, so lots more action to be had. I do like this early link play. Break it open, get full control of Rubble, and really make CB South think.
He's been the playmaker for CB South at the moment, but High, such a cheeky position here. The shots look good, but it's actually Omen to dink through the dome there, chopping him down to 17. Simple steps up with a Guardian, though, and does that. Is the Guardian there for the teammates? They don't know there's one lurking around. That's going to be Artie the Tejo. Looks to flush him out, and now the help from Breach as he snaps to the head of Artie. Back and forth we go once more.
I like that utility open. Undercut plus guided salvo to be able to push everybody out of Rubble, but just could not quite hit the shots. For Drago, interesting on that tripwire placement. They're up higher, expecting the raise speed to shut that down, but they could just be walked under. Running out of time, 25 seconds to go here, and it's going to be the Armageddon clearing at the back of B site. The problem is they have not cleared out Link. The 2 watching that sideline. Gaia Scotty ready to build up the crossfire, and Lower Moreland ties us up at the end of the half.
I end the trouble.
6-6 at halftime. We're going to swap sides and see what Lower Moreland can do on the attacking side. But a great half for both of these squads, really. And Kaya High, both in double digits. Already Lena as well. The rest of the crew filling in these roles nicely here. And I think that's why we've seen so much back and forth from these two squads. We talk about the pistol round and how important it is to help dictate the pace and the tone of these second halves and first halves. So it'll be incredibly important for them to do so here as well.
Finding your control, finding your midpoint here, and finding stabilization for both of these two teams. A spot in the playoffs at a higher seed on the line and all of that hardware that comes with it. The one-way smoke is not going to bait anybody in, or is it? Phil just takes him down through the one-way. Artie, of course, gets their one back, and decides not to TP out of danger. Lower Moreland, interesting how they approach that.
Yeah, able to find that first pick. I mean, there is a trade back, so a 4v4 we go. The dog dashing in, looking for a bit of intel. Artie tries to take it out. It won't connect, but they know the pressure is coming. We can see that rotation from CB South on the mini-map, but Lower Moreland's going to opt to pop the switch and dip off to a different site here, it would appear.
B-site is open. Unfortunately, there's a player in both of those backside entrances. Plant will go down, but the retake is ready to go. This is going to be popped. The Cypher's going to be close range. Phil takes him down with the headshot. And the Lions, a player advantage here. CB South just really does not have a good set of health bars. However, High's going to take the first down. That was the low member. CB South needs to retake with 2.
Last player standing.
Well, Artie, though, finds a third and gets the triple here as well, but it's High with a triple of their own. Lower Moreland will find a way to win this pistol round here in the second half. Give them a little bit of extra footing, but we often know, just like in that first half, these teams that win that pistol round usually go on to win the next one. It was a series of 2-2-2 back and forth to start things off. It'll be up to Central Buck South. See if they can do what Lower Moreland did in that first half.
Lions, though, did get the pistol round, so could benefit from getting the second round with all of the extra pieces of utility that come with it. I mean, the shields alone, they've got 4 of those full shields. one half shield, and another one-way smoke to look for. It was going to open things up well, but for Simples, it's just going to take down their first target. They're ready to go with speed. The link is opened up. The safety is there from Drago. The lower Moreland can go wherever they please.
Simples right now trying to live life in the fast lane here and really keep CB South guessing. The dog goes in toward B to clear it out. CB South has really rotated 3 members toward this A side as they begin to shift back now toward B here, where most of the action seems to be popping off.
Get the plant down, though, here. It looks like a flash is nice. Waiting for that timing to expire for Lana Del Slay. The close-range pistol, though, are very effective. Through the smoke, High takes a couple of bullets. Nobody takes any back. Artie on the swing, finds the Sheriff Eddie. And once more, Paranoia going to connect, takes down the tripwire as well. Needs the rest of the team to start pushing at this exact same time. Simples from behind, nobody checked. Gets the one, the rest of the team is done. It's a 3K for the Jet, and the Lions go back to back.
Yeah, I was worried about how well Lower Moreland did on defense. We talked about it being a little bit more of an offensive side of map, but this is where Lower Moreland began to turn it around in their first half. So Central Buck South has an opportunity now with this full buy to begin to battle back. You take a look at the economy for Lower Moreland, and even though they had been winning these rounds, playing off of a bonus here, you've got a Stinger, a Spectre, an Ares, and a couple Guardians. So Central Buck South has the weaponry. They just got to put it to good use here.
Trying to find those early picks is going to be ever important. The Teo guided salvo is used very early here. Protein is going to wait. Phil's got there first. Already been a clutch Meister, and Simple is going to take down another point of speed on this defensive side. CB South, the Bucks are already down to 3 players here.
Hope to cut it off. Has been spotted briefly. Shots will ring out, and Simples takes a bit of damage. The spray through the wall just barely missing as Drago's going to find High here, and they've got an idea that one's tucked in toward elbow. They've also got one watching this B link section. The smoke dissipates, and they almost touch shoulders, but it's Kaya to find that pick, and Lower Moreland up on top with a 2-player advantage.
CB South, once that smoke fades, thought maybe they could get something. Unfortunately, both players kind of encroaching from that same route. Time is already not on their side here. And the question is, do you even want to give the orbs over to Lower Moreland at this point? Can you fight their entrance? It doesn't quite look like it. On the escape, Lana Del Slay will take down Simples, but it's headed for the hills. The Lions are going to go 3 straight to start up their attacking side.
A nice little tear here at the moment, and we talked about how that Central Bucks full buy round as well. So able to save a couple of the rifles here, but not an ideal situation. That's the most in a row off rip that we've seen here. And now that's the second time that Lower Moreland's been able to put 3 rounds in succession here. Artie's up to that 20 bomb, has the ult, but you just got to find a way to start putting some rounds on the board.
Need to find a way to just get this entrance back into the series. That is one resource you really don't have, the rounds. And the economy really isn't there either for CB South. This is a half buy at most, a broken buy at best. Those 2 hero rifles are going to have to put in work.
Got to put in some big work here for Central Buck South. They want to reel it back from Lower Moreland. Phil and crew rotating toward this C site. The orb has been heard, and ISO will slow them down just a bit. A slight rotation from CB South, but not over-rotating just yet. The smoke just to come in to slow things down, but Simple will back off for just a bit.
Cypher on the offensive side here now. No physical pieces to stop him except those smokes. Simple, Gaia both get their entry pick. And as the smokes fade on Waterfall, unfortunately it's the retake that has to be slowed down. Buy-in, it's Protein doubling up on the re-entry. Here's the shots though. The spray is good, the pistols are better. Protein has found 3 off the dog in them. Phil, there's that one, still a 2v1 to boot. But Artie cleans it up, the clutch factor strikes, and the Bucks off of a very risky investment round, it pays off.
Come on, let's hear it.
No risk, no reward, as they say. CB Sound taking some risks. Finding that reward there is already has another big round as well. They're able to cut it back within 2, and the economy still all right for Lower Moreland. They should be able to find a full buy-in here. Simples could potentially buy for high and pop those blades as well. So something they certainly could consider. On the other side of things, the economy relatively all right, but it does look like we have a bit of a scrappy buy. They're going to be pretty low on funds after this round if they can't find a way to win it.
Get out of my way.
Almost full. They've got just that one light shield. As you said, already. Okay, that's a free kill. No one checked right. Got to check your corners here. Paranoia cleaning through, and highs drop below the halfway marker on the HP. Just those clearing shots. The drone from Teo is going to walk its little legs up B pillars and find nobody. So that's good. No information really gained there, but the rotation is going to start to the B and C side for CB South.
See that rotation on the mini-map. CB South showing some great patience right now. They are spread pretty thin. As we see Tejo rotating through spawn now. That bomb still lingering outside the B site here at the moment, but a much slower round than we're used to thus far.
Trying to shut down all that speed, and it's the Teo again. The guided salvos are going to split the team into 3 different waves entering this seaside. Bayern and crew are smoked off from the Astra, chilling in the back near the spawn side entrance. Augustus, too, is
30
looking for the
seconds
spike
left.
plant. As soon as that extra sound cue is heard, though, it's a 5v2. It's a re-engage
Spike
coming in, and it's time to engage. The flash is nice. Kaya gets 1, 2, knock him up there. It's the possibility to re-engage, but a little bit too late, it feels like, for CB South. Where's your green light?
I'm slowly ticking. Still a little bit to work with as Kaya looks to pressure in. The showstopper, though, and it's a bit
One
high. It
enemy
doesn't
remaining.
find anything as Kaya will pick it off onto Drago. Already onto Nigustas here, finding that breach, and already's on a tear as he finds another triple kill and a beautiful headshot as CB South will cut that lead to just 1.
Getting ever closer here with a back-to-back round win count. It's going to help out their money
We're here
quite a lot.
because
I mean,
we're
you
the
talk about
best.
what was
Don't
down
any
to
forget that.
100 for a lot of their players. It isn't going to be back to a full buy for Drago and Bayern, but it is going to be right there. They can feel it. It's almost equal, it feels like, on that economy, with Phil kind of having that ultimate up and available. If they could get a player killed early, can gain just so much information. And you know what? The Teo's working good enough to stall that quick Lower Moreland we know and love.
Lower Moreland will have 3 ults as an additional resource here. That blind coming in, trying to look away. The paint shells will not allow that pressure to come in, but Lower Moreland has already shifted back toward this B site. Now Teo is going to come up big with a drone here, though. We'll have to back off just a bit. A couple hostiles detected there with that, but there's plenty more hiding in that background as well. And with that, Lower Moreland, once again, might decide to go somewhere else.
Smoked off from the Omen here. And of course, that drone not only with the information, but also suppressed Lower Moreland on that entry. If they got a kill, wouldn't have been able to use that Cypher ult, and now won't be able to use it anyway. Protein takes a bite out of the steak, and already cooking it medium rare here. Simples doesn't want to feel the heat and moves back to the team.
Simples able to drop that down, has the Vandal in hand, and looks to inch forward, but Protein, the headshot through the smoke. They had no idea, but they will take him where they can get him, and that's a beautiful one. That just goes to show sometimes it's good to spray through these smokes, through these paper-thin walls here of Valorant. You never know when you're going to come out with a kill,
30
but
seconds
Gustos will find that plant here as well. It's Central Buck with a 2-player advantage on the retake.
Always getting rewarded from those orbs. Getting the plant on down. Problem is just that re-engage from wall. Lana Del Slay's got the headshot, and now the site falls apart. Armageddon to the top of it, and everybody else is trapped. High decides to end their fate by the Armageddon rather than the bullets, and CB South 3 straight round wins.
I mean, Lower Moreland had 3 in a row to go up 9-6. Things were starting to look a bit grim for CB South, but we love the fight that these students often have, and I'll continue to fight back. 3 in a round of their own. 24-10 for Ardias. Does appear Lower Moreland will be taking a timeout.
They're going to talk this one over, and I think it's smart. You get really close to the end here, and every map could not matter more than the last. Every single choice you make could decide of whether or not you're lifting a trophy here at the end of the night or you're walking away empty-handed. For both these two teams, I mean, you look at the overall record, CB South entering at 5-2, Lower Moreland 6-1. I mean, those records are going to be good enough to get you in the state playoffs. But again, it's a question of your highest seed you could possibly get as a non-elite team is 9. And so for both these two teams, you want to make the job easy on yourself to try and make that run. And, you know, for Lower Moreland, I think the dream is, you know, playing your other Lower Moreland team in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a cool talking point anyway, you know, and then you got to have some of that friendly banter amongst those classmates. So, you know, it just goes to show what kind of a great program they have over there at Lower Moreland. But Central Buck South equally as talented. I mean, we saw these two teams clash right at the end of the regular season where Lower Moreland came out on top. But then in the postseason, in a best of 3, it was Central Buck South that was able to best them there slightly. So it's really anybody's game. And the fact that it's 9-9 here in this first one on Lotus really just speaks volumes for itself.
And it means it's close. Ooh, the guy did salvos, chomping at the angles. Yummy, yummy. Down to 84 HP. Simple's going to work off really nothing left in the utility kit except those cloud bursts. Ferrardi will be playing off the Link Crossfire. And this is a really good collapsing position, especially if Drago can work their way forward around the spawn side, would be trapped like sardines.
Don't want to be trapped like sardines. Speaking of being stuck in a dome of a tin can here, it's high, and this time Lena Del Slay will slay them away. Breach was able to find one of the mix though, so it's still a 4v4. Phil finding this plant protein, lurking, snaps, finds a nice shot on Kaya, but wasn't able to deny that plant there.
Thrasher was huge, though. I mean, it's an opener on this right side, and re-engagement is there. CB South. That is 4 in a row, and what a nice usage of ultimates. I mean, Lana Del Slay has not been waiting to use that kill contract. Is overall 2-1 in the Thunderdome, but it has been taking players out of the mix. That's the biggest part of the ultimate. You talk about the one time they lost in the Thunderdome, it was immediately redirected by a Protein who got the shotgun kill out of that ultimate. So a lot of power, especially on a 3-site map where you usually only have 1 or 2 players holding on the defensive side.
Yeah, it can be tough defensively when you're spread a little bit thin here. It's really working off of that intel and making the best rotations you can while also hoping and trusting in your teammates to win those gun battles or find those trades at a minimum. It's already though with early pressure, that blind, he's going to have to dip off to the side, but because all of that utility, Lower Moreland not quite able to pressure through. It's already into a very cheeky position, but I do believe Sky's dog was able to spot him there, so he's going to fall back just a bit, but this spike is headed toward that C site.
There's nobody really to defend it. I mean, with this Astral Cosmic Divide, it is huge to cut off not only the vision line, but the sound line. You don't really get to hear what's going on that other side. Double digits for the Bucks here, and the Dizzy is going to fly towards the sky, not really catching anybody, but this is just a straight-up 5v5 post plant.
I mean, you don't see those too often, but I'm certainly here for it. Simple. Letting some shots ring out through the smoke. Here's that showstopper. Had some trouble last time, but we'll find at least one. The quick flick of the wrist. The shot, the crosshair was there, but he took a step as Simples. Drago finding the 2-piece. The trades go back and forth, but it's CB South with that 2-player advantage.
On the way in now. The defuse is going to be started. Astra still alive. Would delay it for even further. The shot from Kai is good. Do they know the position? It doesn't feel like it. Artie gets one back, and the defuse is complete. They had the angle. They had the shots, and Megustas 2 will walk away with some extra bodies. But Drago's 3K, and what a defensive retake. CV South is not scared to get their hands dirty.
It's now 5 rounds in a row for CB South. They were down 9-6 here to start things off, and we mentioned how it was looking maybe slightly grim, but man, did they kick it in overdrive here. Now 5 rounds in a row, 1 away from match point. They've got the economy. They've got the weaponry. It's up to Lower Moreland to pull the rabbit out of the hat.
Feels like this round could be a big one with that Cypher ultimate. Maybe the early destroyal of the drone, from Megustas 2. Vulnerability going to connect as well. high on this lurk as well too. And you know what? Overall, Omen smokes will fade to the ground. Lower Moreland has just been drained out of space at the start of this round.
Yeah, they're playing real default here, hoping to maybe find an early pick as they've been having to kind of deal from that uphill battle there of losing these early members. But a simple tap to the dome will put Artie home a free 6 feet dirt nap. And with that, some pressure toward the A site. The spike is there as well. The rotation lingering towards spawn. It did look like Lower Moreland had someone close to that C site, maybe hoping to keep that rotation or that raise over there. And they do at least that, but that pressure's headed all toward the A site.
Plant the spike.
A perfect stun. Catches them in the rotation in. A 1-for-1 there. CB South limited on the HP they'll have to use. Augustus, too, is going to watch as the Dizzy floats over their head. Camera's going to see them. Awaiting their patience. They know they have the spike down. They're the ones in control. And unfortunately for CB South, they've got to enter in through this offensive side. Cypher utility that is waiting on all their entry points. Simples on a crossfire. Lower Moreland seeming to be in full control of the site. We know that can change very quickly. Megustas too. Phil, and it's already over. Thrifty, double digits for the Lions.
Double digits and off the back of a Thrifty is absolutely wild as well. It's each time it seems like when the team has that disadvantage, they can reach deep in their pockets and find a way to succeed. So Lower Moreland, one away from tying it up yet again after allowing Central Buck South to find 5 in a row. It'll be a full set of rifles here for both of these squads, and a very important round here for Central Buck, though, as their economy has real all but dwindled away.
This is a really big one. And we're so close to what feels like overtime. These two teams battling it out for the Independence Trophy in D1 here. Already, I love the position on top of Rebel. Already some huge shots possibility. With the range you have, you can watch towards Link. You can watch towards that spawn side opener. I'm really interested to see how Lower Moreland approaches this. If they know what the economy situation looks like, Simples, the trade of the shots is better on their end, already down to maybe a sniffle of health.
And health is gone here as Protein will pop the head of Simples. Now high, dancing around. Kaya there as well. Look at the pressure on toward this C site. There's nobody over here for Central Buck. We see ISO from Waterfall trying to pressure in, but the smokes just slow everything down. And with that, Lower Moreland will be able to find that plant once more.
Spike planted.
CB South has the players, though. Can they find the timing to get the re-engage? It's going to be the miss of the utility overall from Lower Moreland. They've got some of these stars laid down. The smoke waiting for them in the waterside entrance. It's going to be early guided salvos to corral Lower Moreland into the back part of this site. The right side entry here, the overlook, and it's going to be a headshot from high. Artie battles one back, 3v3. But Megusta 2 is cleaning them up. Mop and bucket, already a 3K. Hits the reload, and they know they can play the timing for buy-in. We'll send out the wingman, but that is all she wrote on the round. Lower Moreland tie us up.
Tied up yet again, 11-11. Both of these teams hoping to get to match point first. Easier said than done, though. Central Buck South, after a 5-round tear, has now lost 2 in a row. We are taking a gander at the economy once more, and it is in a bit of a tough spot here for Central Buck. They've got some full buys coming in, a little lackluster on the armor. Already not the buy they were hoping for, but if they're playing as well as they are, as Gecko, I might just drop them my rifle and see what they could do with it.
There's always that chance to sharing is caring, you could say. Make sure you spread that wealth around the economy. It is a team game, after all. 5v5, not 1v5. It is 11-11, though. That scoreline for these two dominant teams through the regular season. One of their roads has to come to an end. Both of them have to come to an end. One of them's with a victory, though. One of them's with a plaque. For Protein, they're just going to chill their way out in tree.
I need to hang out for those rotations to come in. The spray's in the tree, but Protein slightly on an off angle finds the first. It's Simples to get another. The blind comes in. The paint shells don't rain down in time. And already up top, slowly making his way forward. It's Lower Moreland now with that player advantage. Everybody kind of playing around tree or near that spawn side here on the post plant. They've got the rolling thunder of Breach here as well. Time now slowly ticking away.
I love the decision. I mean, Lower Moreland know they have the control in this one, and it is just
One enemy
absolutely
remaining.
dumping everything. Hi, how are you? Doing good. That's a double kill. Okay, Artie says I've got one as well. A 1v2, but the timing is way too far gone. The spike goes boom. The teleport isn't enough to get out. The double teleport, no. Already so close to escape. Either way, Lower Moreland from the
Match
depths
point.
of defeat. They are on that point.
Map point here with an opportunity to go to overtime. There is so many ults on the side of CB South here as
drop.
well. Again, the economy in a bit of shambles, unfortunately, but it's the final round anyway. You need to buy out as much as you possibly can. And so hopefully Artie is aware of that, because you don't want to take those funds over to that next round where you can. And they do eventually find that Guardian and some armor here.
One round. Matt will decide where we go. Kyle is thinking about it.
Get
The
out of
mound
my
has no
way.
real defense right now. It's going to be the Jet Knives, delayed early in towards this round. Kill contracts ready to go. It's the fourth time. We'll see Alana Slay work their way forward and just aggressive with the SMG. Will be able to win that duel. So 3-1 on the overall ultimate. That's not too bad of a record to have. And for Lower Moreland, they're now down a player.
Player for the time being here. Central Buck South, again, we talked about all the alts they have to work with, including the Showstopper. But speaking of Showstoppers, Artie, a beautiful headshot onto Simples, who's really been a menace over there for Lower Moreland. And now an opportunity here for CB South to really put it into overtime.
Overtime, overdrive, whatever it's going to take. Put the foot on the gas pedal, 40 seconds left to go. And unfortunately for Lower Moreland, they're also battling against 3 ultimates, 2 of which can absolutely take some lives.
30
And
seconds left.
yeah, I'm talking about Artie's ultimate.
Spike
Take
down
3 with
A.
the last one, just take an op shot there. Drago, double take, will end up holding the Armageddon, clearing out the B site,
enemy
and it is just sardines again. 5-on-1, ready to go. And they're ready to clear this one out, ready to send it to overtime. Flawless final round of regulation. No better way to do it than some extra
Switching
rounds.
sides. Overtime.
Wallace is about the most perfect way you could possibly wrap that up, other than maybe getting that win a bit sooner and not having to go to overtime. But overtime has found us all day, Llama. Every single Rocket League series had a couple overtimes. And now into our first Valorant series, we've already got an overtime. It just goes to show you the ton of skill levels here littered across the entirety of PIEA. All these series have been wonderful, and I'm ready to finish and wrap them all up. I know we got another exciting Elite one just a little bit later today.
That was going to be a good one. Right here, live and in person, Lower Moreland's other Division 1 team that found its way to the number one spot. Greater Altoona on a nice little run as well. That one's going to be fun. Overtime, even more such fun as CB South, they've rotated back towards this offensive side. They've got the chance to set the tone.
Need that back.
They do. Migusta up close and personal, trying to play off of that blind and the wall. Will back off to a safer position. Has help on site here. Raise the jump shot, doesn't connect. Lena finds one as Breach will trade back and forth we go. The spike does go down, and it's in a bit of an awkward spot, but it was quickly gathered up, and they're going to look to pressure toward that C site.
Information gathered, but Lana Del Slay takes him anyways. Why not, I guess. Kai Scotty has been clutch, to say the least. Look at this, Artie just gets the swing off timing. Simples is down, and CB South, one heck of a bit of control. You talk about they've got the ISO ultimate up and available as well. That kill contract going 4-1, especially on a round like this. Artie doesn't even care. It's already far too late. Kill contract misses, but Kaya Scotty needs 3.
I love that play from Artie as well, hitting the door switch again, backing off, just waiting patiently, allowing them to think that he's rotated away. That peak timing was perfect on to Breach. You've got Lena with a 3K in that round as well, and they get that upper hand here momentarily. So CB South will find themselves at match point here in the first one once more. It'll be up to Lower Moreland to see if we can find the second overtime.
Match point number one here for CB South, trying to take this first map towards their favor. And for Lower Moreland, a chance to try and push their way forward.
Grenade!
8 shells early, guided salvos. Headshots going, already waiting for it as well. The teleport gets back to him. Holding, though, on this patience, again, with Link broken open, Lower Moreland not really wanting to step forward.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to give up a kill for easy or for free too early, but Lower Moreland finding that pick and now rotating away here as well. Already in a very advantageous position, but he has to be careful. There's a ton toward this mound here as well, but he potentially could even wait. If they force another rotation out from Lower Moreland, could potentially just let them, allow them, excuse me, to walk right into the crosshair.
The double tap is no longer as well, so no more armor on that protection. 4 on 5 here. Lower Moreland wants to try and target this B site, but again, Artie could be ready to break this all open. The link control, Megustas 2 just pushes their way forward. Bayan holding 2 on 5, gets the 1, and hold on. Mateo, the Gecko, exactly who you want in this situation. The flash is perfect. Dizzy lands, but it's all down to Drago. 2 more and you get the Armageddon, but everybody is just running away, playing hide and seek. And Drago needs to clear an impossible crossfire to win the round. And who do you choose? Pick your poison, pick your kills! Drago finds a way to get a 2-piece. We go overtime number 2.
Switching sides.
Another overtime here yet again. And our boy Q updating us as well. He says it's not Kaya Scotty, but it's Kia Scotty. And you really got to emphasize that Kia. So my apologies all the way around. We'll make sure to get that right here from on out. But Kia, 20 and 17, 21 for Megustas, 22 for High, 32 though for Artie on the other side of things.
That's an insane number, especially for an Omen. I mean, you talk about that teleport play earlier, brought him back into it. Here's another teleport play. It's going to be in towards the rubble. It's a nice little triangle setup on this defensive play from Lower Moreland. They've got 1 player on the box, 1 player on the Link entrance, and then 1 player all the way back by the A main entrance as well. So CB South, after hearing all those bullets, very hesitant on moving their way forward.
A little bit of hesitance, again, when you're in these final rounds and you only need 2 in a row to close it out. You feel a little bit more of that pressure, that anxiety, timing, everything, though. High, almost finding that headshot onto Artie, but again, a lot of the old bait and switch here from CB South. They are beginning to linger toward that C site. A small rotation from Lower Moreland heading that direction already as well.
Phil is here on the defensive side still with those tripwires. Simples tries to get the burst by and just mistimes him. That's a nice headshot. He will be waiting and will go down. Artie, that's a nice headshot. It's the timing, though. That's your problem right now. 30 seconds left to go. Go, go, go. On a Del Slay, it's the headshot. That's a 5v2, but the Cypher still waits. Wingman is no more. 20 seconds left to go, and Phil tries to shut him down. Just deny the plant. That's what it feels like. First 2 gets 1, gets the denial, but it's not enough. Bayan saves it. It's CB South's second map point.
Switching sides.
I mean, those
Match
shots
point.
from Megustas were absolutely nutty, but at the end of the day, it wasn't quite enough. And once more, Central Buck in that driver's seat. They just need 1 more round to solidify map number 1. And when after that, we can get ready to head in toward Haven. But Lower Moreland ready for maybe another overtime extension here as well.
I would love it. As many rounds as possible. Let's do it. CB South playing now on this defensive side with a chance to win it. Up top here, Doggo is going to clear things through. Bringing some light here and some information. Bayan gets the headshot onto Simples, and overall, I mean, a nice kill from the utility piece of Magoo's does too. 4v4 post plan.
Equal fighting odds here between the two squads. Utility coming in to slow things down. It's already Phil. Now Lena and Pro Team, but Migostas answers back for a quick one. But Lena Del Slay. Slay's in the name for a reason. And, well, Central Buck South finds a way to win it in double overtime to go up by 1 in the series.
It took the whole work. I mean, it took everything from these two teams to even get towards that overtime. I think the real interesting thing was, though, CB South was able to play off-tempo so many times, able to change around where they wanted to go, what they were attacking, and especially those retakes were just absolutely phenomenal. Get them so many rounds towards the end. Of course, it is a best-of-3 series, so you got some more work to do.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see another game go to overtime. These two teams very evenly matched. Already certainly that shining star in that one is they had a ton of kills and a big average combat score, but we do need just a second to get this next map loaded up, Llama. So we are going to take a very, very short break, but don't go too far. When we come back, we've got more Valorant action.
My name is Samantha Bickle, and I am the Executive Director of the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Esports Association. I've been involved in esports for a few years now. What drew me to this field has been the incredible sense of community, all of the skills that these players learn, all of the passion that they have, and just being part of the industry where you get to play video games. The PIEA got started about 4 or 5 years ago to provide a structured and competitive environment for students to play esports. We wanted to provide a clear pathway for competition as well as other opportunities and career readiness for students in the state of Pennsylvania. Seeing students at the in-person and live events has always been my favorite part about this job. Watching them come together, rock their jerseys, support their schools, and represent each other on a team, along with their passion and competitive nature. Esports provides a number of skills for students, from teamwork, communication, to problem solving. It also provides the opportunity for students who might not play in traditional sports or any other extracurriculars, and gives them a space where they can feel safe, play, and do the thing that they're most passionate about. I hope the PIEA helps esports become as respected and as accessible as any other traditional sport. We want schools to truly embrace the pathway through esports, through learning STEM, broadcasting, competitive play, or any of the various other opportunities that esports can provide. We hope that these real-world skills and opportunities help these high school students excel for many years to come.
Here at Mountain Esports, we take it to the next level.